today's edition of Pastor Study. We're doing a journey through the life of David. And in a number of trades, in a number of skills, there are programs which we call an apprenticeship program, where a student comes alongside a skilled individual and they learn by participating, they learn by watching him, they learn by doing the things that they do, and they learn from the instruction of those individuals. Well, God has an apprentice program for David, and we see this. David, last time we were together, we saw that David was selected and anointed as king. And so God orchestrates a series of events whereby David is called out to go before King Saul, to play the harp for him, to play and sing music before him, to soothe an uneasy spirit, an evil spirit that comes upon Saul. But it's also a learning experience. David gets to see the inner workings of government. He gets to see what a king does. He gets to see the things that happen in the courtyard. You have to remember, David has spent his life among the sheep. Yes, David has learned about God, and David knew and wrote some very beautiful psalms for us. And I'm sure he had a very close walk with God. But God wanted David to know from King Saul some of the things you do and even some of the things you don't do in leadership. And so David is called by Saul and by Saul's men, and they recommend him. And he is brought into the palace to play the harp, to soothe the uneasiness of Saul's heart, to calm down the evil spirits. And think about some of the things that David wrote for us in the book of Psalms. Think about him playing some of those things before Saul. Those are great opportunities for you when your heart is troubled or uneasy, to go through and meditate on those Psalms, to read through them, to offer them up as praise to God Himself, to recognize that God is over all things, and to understand God's care in your life, so that you have an opportunity to get to know God as intimate and as close as David knew God. Why not take a moment and reflect on God's goodness in your life? You have the Word of God to read and to pray over. Till next time in the Pastor Study, goodbye, and may God be with you.